With all the evidence today, it would make perfect sense to me why you would be thinking about starting an Airbnb business. The question becomes, though, how? Well, in this video, we're going to answer that question and more right now. Hi, my name is Massey and welcome back to CashFlowDiary TV. I've had the privilege of welcoming more than 3,000 guests through 1,000 reservations using platforms that you may be familiar with like HomeAway, VRBO, Airbnb, as well as others. If you have the desire to build your own business and want to learn the latest tips, tactics, tools, and techniques that you can use to become a bigger, better, badder business owner, then please consider subscribing. In my journey, I've managed to come across many different questions, and one of the most important questions that I tend to get is, Jay, like, how do I really, in essence, get started? Oftentimes, questions are the answers. Here's what I mean. In one of the previous videos in this series, I told you that one of the most important questions to ask is, whom do I want to serve? Well, once you've answered that particular question, there are 3 more follow-up questions that once you answer them will give you a lot of direction and a lot of understanding for the answers that you need to figure out what is the best location, how do I get started, where might I get furniture from, all of those types of things. Let's begin. The first question that I said was, whom do you want to serve, right? So let's pretend you say, hey Jay, what I want to do is I want to serve families with small children, families traveling with small children. I'm like, cool, great. Then the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to ask yourself this question first. The first question you're going to ask yourself is, what do families with small children expect? That's it. What does that target customer that you believe you are best suited to serve expect? Once you know what they expect, then that begins to give you some direction on what it is that you would like to do. For example, if you're considering a location and say one location's near a busy airport versus one location is possibly near a park and some grocery stores, which of those 2 locations do you think is better for the family? Quite possibly the one near the park and the grocery stores. What would a family traveling with small children possibly expect? Well, obviously they expect a place to sleep. Well, not only for the adults, but also for the kids. Well, this could affect some of your furniture choices. You may want to use bunk beds, you may want to use twin beds. One of my favorite choices is often using ottomans that are also convertible to beds because they serve a dual purpose when families without kids are also staying there. However, something else a family traveling with small kids might expect, especially if your location has stairs, are the gates that go in front of the actual stairs so that they know that their child can be safe and that they can lock the gates and unlock the gates. Some other things to consider are the kitchenware choices that you make. Maybe not all of your plates are the big full size, and maybe you have some that are kid size as well, so that again it becomes more convenient for the parents who are traveling with their kids. So after delivering on the promise of what did they expect, then you want to think about what would they like. Like, what would be one of those things that would make them go, oh wow, I'm glad that this is here. For example, one of the things that I like to choose is the location to be more family friendly, meaning high walk scores or places where there are already a significant amount of kids, or maybe even a playground on site, and definitely, if I can, a park nearby. Those things tend to hit that demographic a little bit better because if someone is coming to one of your locations and staying 5, 6, 10, 15 days, there will often be downtime during their time so that they need a place to let the kids, let all of that wonderful energy go, and they may not know where to go, and they may not want to travel too far from the home base. So if it's on site and there's a playground, mom goes or dad goes, wow, I'm glad that this is here. This is very, very convenient for our needs. The third and final question that you want to ask yourself is something as simple as, what would make them go, wow? What's that astonishing factor? What would make them go, oh my God, I can't believe they included this? Here's a simple suggestion. Children come with equipment, and I think you know what I mean. It's like, yes, there's the kid, and then there's the diaper bag, and then there's the bottles, but then there's also the car seats, the high chairs, the playpens, all of the other stuff that goes into making your child comfortable, because we all know that if the kid's not comfortable, nobody is actually going to be happy or enjoy their trip in any way, shape, or form. But here's the challenge. What happens when you go through the airport with that equipment? They typically charge you more, it's oversized, you have to wait longer. Heaven forbid should there be a connecting flight and something gets separated from everything. Well, I'll just ask you a very simple question. If you happen to serve that demographic and you know that that's something that they're dealing with, why not just make sure that those items that they don't already want to travel with are something that you can provide? When you provide them and let people know that you provide them, you suddenly have a distinct competitive advantage, and oftentimes I found that price becomes less of a part of the discussion. Here's the point. When they see that those items are there, it becomes an, oh my God, I can't believe they have this. And if your listing is what's being compared to someone else's and they don't have it, what's interesting about that is that you will find that they'll choose you first simply because you included that you do have it, because it's that important and it is really that inconvenient to travel through any airport with that extra equipment. Now that you have some ideas on things that are not only good, but complete distinct competitive advantages that should increase in higher occupancy as well as more revenue, I want to hear from you. Do me a favor, in the comment section below, just type in some of the things that you think would also be good in one of the three categories. What does your target market expect? What do you think they would like? And most importantly, what do you think would make them go, oh my God, I cannot believe this is there? Now, if you want more information like this, feel free to click right here, because there's another video of sitting there for you. And then right here, if you want the ultimate guide to getting started in short-term rentals, go ahead and click right here. And as always, if you want to make sure that you are notified and get more information from us, click below and subscribe.